hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. After my last update, a lot actually happened. So finally we see some movement, and the boring period is over. So everything's running here pretty much in line with my primary expectations. As you know, we had two scenarios on the chart. My primary view was that Bitcoin goes up higher, and we're going to take a look at that before we, however, are going to see the final wave down. All right, let's start with Bitcoin because it has basically pulled the whole market up for now, which is fantastic. After a lot of cryptos reached my target areas in the last few days and weeks, we now see significant upside, which is fantastic. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you're new to the channel, the scenario that my primary scenario here on the chart has been since Bitcoin dropped below 53K. Up here, it was pretty much 50-50, but then it basically broke one of the bullish Elliott Wave patterns, and since then we've been moving down, and this became here my primary scenario. We talked about this end of November, we talked about it already in November, and then it happened, and then this became the primary scenario. So basically talking about an impulse here, a wave one, the first larger wave of a trend here in April 21, then came down in a wave A correction that is basically correcting this further move up. Then we had a fake out wave B, still part of the correction, but made even an all-time high, which is absolutely possible. And now we are in this wave C. There are other scenarios possible. This here is my primary scenario, and so far everything that the price is doing is telling me that this is the correct pattern. And I'm glad it's moving that way. So we are here in this, quite confident that this wave 3 low was in, also part of a smaller wave 5, or that wave 5 was completed within this larger wave 3. It's that way. Since then we have been moving up in line with expectations because we had this target area defined here for the wave 4, and we are now finally inside of the target area. How is this target area defined? There have been a few questions now. How high can Bitcoin go in this scenario? Now let's take a look. We draw the Fibonacci levels from the top of the wave 2, or the beginning of the wave 2, the the end of the wave 2, so the beginning of the wave 3 to the end of the wave 3. And from here we take the retracement levels, and that is where the wave 4 can ideally be heading. And here we have had already the 0.214 Fib level at 38.8 or 38.9K. Well, that was already reached. We talked about it here and here and here, and always said that there is a risk, or there is the potential that the wave 4 is already complete, because with this 0.214 Fib level, the minimum retracement has been reached. So that was reached, first target reached. Then we looked at this here, the risk of rolling over. There was a big risk that the market was rolling over here. Nevertheless, I told you throughout that my primary expectation remains here the 43.3K level, here the 0.382 Fib level. So I actually need to adjust it a little bit because I didn't draw it very accurately. Where's the Fib here? Did draw it down a little bit. So 43.3K, the 0.382 Fib level is for a wave 4 the ideal target level. And I'm glad I just stick with the probabilities, because this is based on probabilities typically the most likely level also for Bitcoin where a wave 4 is landing. Now we are fair enough, we're not there yet, but we are on our way there. We're currently finding resistance here at this red line that I did show you before as a key resistance line. The next resistance here at 40.5, 40.6K. Basically, as you can see here, all the lows from this previous wave 3, where we had a one wick down, but you have significant, you had support here, and this is just acting as resistance. I think nothing significant, not the major. It is the major one here. That wave B low here as well. It's quite a significant resistance where we currently are, but the way Bitcoin is behaving now, maybe it's just marching through it. Sometimes does that out of the blue, unpredictable when such a move is happening. But you know that what we talked about when, and I told you, when the 38.8K level here, the resistance, the 0.214 Fib level, when that is broken, you can see quite a bit of a price jump. And there we are. Here now at 40.5K. A little bit struggling now to get through here. Basically also because we are getting overbought now on the time frames here. The 8 hour not yet, but on the 1 hour significantly overbought, which is why, oh sorry, the 1 hour is here significantly overbought, which is why we see here some retracement, and the 4 hour is overbought as well. Yeah, so it needs to come down a little bit before it can come up further. And then the next key level, and that is the most likely level where Bitcoin is going, 43.3K. Yeah, that is the 0.382 Fib level, the most likely one. Bitcoin can, in this scenario, I told you that, also go all the way up to 46.5. That's the 0.5 Fib level. That is still all within the realm of possibilities of the wave 4. That's the maximum. If it goes above that, then I would still probably talk about a correction, but it would then need to be adjusted, that wave pattern. Yeah. So here, clear possible now that we've moved above the key resistance here, the 38.8, that we are now in a temporary uptrend here. Yeah. But for that, we of course need to hold here the 38.8, the previous resistance, and the previous high here, the 39.2. That is important to hold. Now that we moved significantly here into the target area, as other cryptos did in the last few days already, I think we should hopefully be holding that and move further towards the 43.3K. But bear in mind, we are still here in a correction. We are in a correction. We are not in an uptrend. We are in a short-term uptrend, yes, but it is an unpredictable wave 4. It is very hard to predict. All we can do is go with the probabilities and talk about the Fib levels that with the most likelihood will be reached. And the next one here is 43.3, and then with a lower probability but possible would be 46.5. As I said, if we break that, we need to re-evaluate the scenario. I think we would then probably still be in a correction, but just a different wave pattern. I don't want to make it too confusing. I know when I bring up all kinds of scenarios, it will get confusing. So I'll stay with this one for now. But even if we move higher than 46.5, which I don't think we will, but even if we do that, then I would talk about an alternative, but probably that would still be a corrective wave within which we can move even higher, but then eventually will come down further here, down into the target area that we've been talking about since November, between 20 and 8.7K. So yeah, Bitcoin doing at the moment what is expected. Of course, very exciting, because finally Bitcoin is moving up a little bit, not only just moving sideways. Ethereum in the last few days already moved into this equivalent on the Ethereum chart, the same target area, yeah. But now finally Bitcoin is doing it, and yeah, struggling at the moment with 40.5, that resistance level that I had on the chart here as well, and we talked about it. But the price broke, back into this broadening ascending wedge. It broke through the descending trend line. Some people will already interpret that as the breaking of the downtrend. No, it's not broken yet. Yet, in fact, we did break here above that descending trend line, but we are still what the price action is doing, and so on. We are still overall in a correction. Yeah. Also, just looking at what the indicators are doing. Yeah. So, especially the longer term ones, they are still pointing to the downside. Yes, we see here now a potential reversal to the upside, but that is very, very early days. And on the monthly MACD, we're still heading down, 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 yeah? So it's not looking good on the monthly MACD, and my view is that this cannot support new all-time highs. That is my view. So let's see how this is going to play out. Very, very exciting now, especially considering, are we going to see the 43.3, or are we going to go down further earlier, yeah? So let's see. We are only here on the 4-hour chart for now. And oh no, the 4-hour candle already closed within the target area, which is fantastic. So yeah, I think we can now expect a bit more upside, hopefully all the way to 43.3. Again, not in a straight line. Nothing moves in a straight line. There will be ups and downs, but good to see that we are finally moving here into a direction, and the bulls finally decided where to go. And Cardano, as I said, it probably is going to move into the direction that Bitcoin is heading as well. Cardano broke out of this triangle here that we talked about, but nothing massive at the moment. Yeah, we don't see the volume here, whereas Bitcoin significantly has the volume. Cardano doesn't really have the volume yet at the moment, but it has broken out of the triangle. Let's see what's going to happen. Told you that the technical target out of this triangle would actually be, if we break to the upside, around 131, 132. So let's see if we're gonna get there. I'll keep it there and then we can review that. Cardano here also in pretty much the same channel as Bitcoin, or very similar channel, but Cardano here sort of in the middle of the channel, whereas Bitcoin is already here, has basically broken that channel or that descending trend line, yeah. But overall it depends, because you can of course also interpret these two spikes here as fake outs, and then you can draw the channel in a different way, or the trend line in a different way, make that a bit smaller, and just to make sure that you have also as many touch points as possible. And based on that, you could then just see these two as a fake out, and based on that, Bitcoin or Cardano would just be here in a smaller channel and would be very close here to a potential breakout point as well. But in the end, we just need to see what the price is doing. I think one reason why Cardano isn't moving up that much is that potentially, as you can see it on the chart here, Cardano has already seen its wave 4 here a little bit earlier, the wave 4 in which Bitcoin still is, and this wave 4 did push the price up all the way to the top of the channel, and now Cardano is already in the wave 5. Okay, so that is actually my view here. That's why I had that 4 on here already, and based on that, it would be logical why Cardano isn't currently moving up that much. So just as an explanation for anybody who's asking, right, why isn't Cardano moving at the moment? It is moving, but it's moving slower because it's already in a wave 5, which is impulsive to the downside. That is at least what I could interpret here into the chart, because we've already seen this move, which was crazy. Well, not crazy, but it went from $1.07 all the way down to 160 in just I think a couple of days. Or so that could have been the wave 4, and now we are already in the wave 5 here, and we'll go down further. So that is why potentially we don't see here that much of a move up, while Bitcoin is actually doing it and has finally broken here into the target area. And it's now needs to break 40.5, and if that 40.5 level is broken, then I think we can expect the 43.3 quite quickly. Good to see Bitcoin finally moving. Hope you liked the update about Bitcoin and Cardano. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And again, if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member. Then you can get access to Discord, Telegram, really a fantastic community now, over 800 members, growing every day, weekly live stream as well. And you can find a link to join in the description below this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.